Shadow Guard was an organisation of elite Force-sensitive soldiers recruited from the defeated remnants of the Sun Guard and Jedi Knights who have fallen to the dark side. They served the Galactic Empire during the Great Jedi Purge, and they were trained by Darth Vader.
Welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we're looking at my first ever custom figure, and this is how I created him. Well, today you're getting the voiceover Centurion, as this was my first sort of pure custom figure. I didn't record it just in case I completely foobarred it up, but I'll just walk you through the process of what I did. So I got a Royal Guard and a Sand Trooper bootleg from AliExpress. I think the Royal Guard is official. I took them apart as much as I could, running them under hot water. From the Sand Trooper, I just wanted his upper torso, running them under hot water as well. It softens the glue. And I really wanted his shoulder bells as well, because that's what I needed for the figure. But mainly it was the Royal Guard that I kind of just had to run under hot water as well, just so I could release his shoulder bells as well to replace them over eventually. So I put him in a cup of hot water just to really loosen up his joints, because I wanted to like cut him down and whatnot. And I had to change the ball points as well of his lower torso for this one. So the Stormtrooper could actually fit in. So I had to Dremel out that ball and put in the Stormtrooper one originally. And then I kind of just got the Dremel and I Dremeled away his sort of original armour, because it's more soft, well, more flatter than it is with the Royal Guard, as it's kind of like a three-tiered kind of armour plate normally. The actual Royal Guard himself from the game, Force Unleashed, he kind of has a Stormtrooper sort of abonym. I tried it, I cut it, I did it wrong. But with the with his weapon as well, I decided to cut down a ray weapon in half, pull it together, and then just put them together with milliput. Once that's completely finished, I'll just paint it all black. And I did the milliput as well around his wrists, just to bring up that kind of like armor guards and etc. on there. And then for the next part, I just simply kind of finished off the abdomen area, doing milliput as well with a bit of sculpt. His belt I cut right down, took all those extra parts off, and also put on the milliput as well around the part of his shins. And then in case of that, it was just simply just painting him up completely black and putting it all together really. So you can see I'm just painting away, doing the torso, getting it all black, and I used a Tamira flat black as well. And the shoulder bells from the Stormtrooper, I just kind of Dremeled all the parts of the back or cut it down with a knife, so it was a lot easier just to glue on into place. Once it was all finished, painted and dried, and then I went to the helmet as well and wanted to put the red visor in, just to finish off the look as well, because it's not bright enough on the original figure. And then the rest was really just simply just putting it all together and gluing the head into place, because it doesn't really have much articulation or anything like that. So it was kind of like this is the finished part, and then I went away and just made his skirt by using the same material that I used for the Clone Trooper for Commander Field. So I created my Emperor Shadow Guard, and I absolutely love him. I spent a couple of hours on him without taking in the consideration of sort of like things drying like milliput, which takes 4 hours. But yeah, in all probably only a couple of hours. If I had more time, I think he would look at 10 times better. But I'm just kind of happy how he sort of turned out really. So as you heard, I actually purchased him from AliExpress, and it cost me about £10 each for these figures. And I don't think they're actually bootlegs. I think they're more kind of like factory rejects in a way. This one didn't come with any weapons. I kind of gave him his little DC blaster there. He actually come with a couple of axes or something like that. This one didn't actually have a cape. And I think I can't remember what he actually generally come with actually. I can't remember if he actually come with weapons or not, to be honest. But yeah, I mean inside they just all look exactly the same, because I missed out on that Guardians of Evil set, which this one actually come with. The black one come with, and the red, and it come with a snook kind of red guard as well. But I'm really not too fussed about the snook guard. But underneath they all look exactly the same. So as you can see, this is how much I've changed of this guy. So I changed this part down here, just flattened it down with milliput and dremelled down these bits. I've taken off his shin guards or knee pads as well on there. I cut down all those pouches and that kind of flap on there, his holster, his butt flap as well. I cut all that down and made a little milliput kind of buckle on there. The ab part, I dremelled that all down, all that kind of armour down on there, just to put the milliput just over the top, so it didn't get rid of that kind of sort of torso crunch on there, as it was going to be a separate torso there on completely. Obviously the milliput over that hand just to create the gauntlets, and added on the Sand Trooper kind of shoulder bells on there, and obviously the Sand Trooper there. This is completely glued into place. You can see the glue underneath. You don't get no articulation anyway in the sort of Royal Guard head, so it doesn't really bother me too much. The only part really that really hinders him is the shoulder bells and his arms, because obviously the arms are not designed for this torso, so they don't really go up that far. I only got this sort of much to really play with, front and back. Got a bit of paint rub there, cause obviously, but it doesn't go upwards. But obviously his rotation, all that down here at his elbow, and the milliput doesn't get in the way for his kind of wrist rotation and on the peg. So obviously there you can see I've sort of created it at the milliput, just sort of sculpt it into line. My sculpting isn't the best, 100% actually go on that one, but then milliput isn't that great to manipulate. I don't think. It just feels horrible and mushy. And I need to try that green stuff that a lot of people kind of recommend for me, but I just don't know where to get it from, and I don't think it's over in the UK, or it might be called something else. So I used the kind of fake leather trousers that I used for Commander Phil, and just to put it in there. I did make a mess with the glue. It just didn't want to sort of glue onto the figure, so I had to put quite a lot on there to put on there, and it's still kind of come away here at the side, but it's stuck down. I just need to go over it a little bit more. And obviously painted the Ray kind of weapon all black with the Darth Maul bootleg that I got there. The Darth Maul bootleg, I just keep him as kind of like Tatooine Darth Maul, so I don't have no kind of use for this end of the lightsaber. I just keep him having just the one, and yeah, I think it just made that kind of look pretty well. So as a side-by-side comparison to the game kind of image, I think I've done quite well. You know, I think it's turned out all right, and it's still got all the full articulation and everything in his legs and whatnot. He's just a little bit wobbly in the places, but I'm generally really happy with him, and I think he looks great, and especially on the shelf. And we've got loads of Force Unleashed figures now. We've got the Commander, and we had the other sort of like a Shadow Commander Trooper. I can't hear his name, escapes me as well, to be honest, but yeah, it's pretty cool. All we need is an actual Star Killer, which would be absolutely fantastic to go with these figures. So that brings this video to a close. You can comment down below, you can subscribe, and you can ding that bell. And if you like, you can check down in the description down below with my Instagram posts, where I'm always active, always at least posting a picture once a day. And you can comment on there if you like. You can always send me kind of a message if you need any help or what paints to use and whatnot. I'm always on there, and I'm happy to oblige. So until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.